This episode of Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief is brought to you by Right By You Mortgage. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Visit rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast to learn more.
From WRAL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Friday, September 25th, 2020. I'm Brian Schrader. A Johnston County community is coming together to honor a Clayton firefighter who died this week of complications from COVID-19. On Thursday night, firefighters and first responders from around the region held a procession for 42-year-old Jason Dean. He was Clayton's Deputy Chief of Operations and Training and had been with the department for 20 years. Clayton's Mayor Jody McLeod talked about the tragic loss for the community.
The good work that he did for the town of Clayton and with the Clayton Fire Department is going to help us with all of our services for the town of Clayton for the next 20 or 30 years. Tremendous impact from one single young man who was dedicated and who started as a volunteer. I just don't think it gets much better than that.
Back in August, Dean's wife told WRAL that her husband had developed pneumonia and was on a ventilator. He spent a month in the hospital. Last month, the Clayton Fire Department announced that 17 of its firefighters tested positive for the coronavirus. Following a WRAL News report of a big event in Wendell, Wake County Sheriff Gerald Baker announced Thursday there will be no more gatherings at the Gooch Sports Arena. Photos shared with WRAL from a festival last weekend appeared to show hundreds of people gathering without wearing masks or social distancing. And just one day after announcing plans to bring students back to campus for the spring semester, NC State University announced furloughs and pay cuts to offset lost revenue. The university is facing a $75 million deficit. Charlie Mamoni is NC State's Vice Chancellor of Finance and Administration. He says without students living and spending money on campus, they cannot make enough money to get by.
These individuals help us to make things actually happen on this campus. And so it's very disappointing that we have to take this step.
NC State's Human Resources Department has set up a call center and a website to help employees and will also provide virtual consultations and information sessions. This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Friday, September 25th, 2020. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Leave a rating or review wherever you listen, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a new episode. I'm Brian Schrader. Thanks for listening.
When it comes to buying a new home, you want to know that you're in good hands. At Right By You Mortgage, the dedicated team of lenders live in your community and are committed to being right by you every step of the way. Whether you are a growing family, a relocating professional, or a retiring couple, they'll partner with you to find the right loan to fit your unique home buying needs. Plus, with a Right By You Mortgage on-time closing guarantee, they'll pay you and the seller $500 if you don't close on time. Visit rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast to get started. Wherever life takes you, we're right by you. Go to rightbyyoumortgage.com/podcast for full details. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 402136.